Good afternoon. This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Jesha, Osun State. Here's the global news at 12. First, the headlines. I am Shodunke Opeyemi David. The federal government to integrate sickle cell disease care into maternal and child health. Kenyan youth refuse government tax proposal. Canada lists Iran's Guard Corps as terrorist organization. Now the details. The federal government says it will integrate sickle cell disease care and service in maternal and child health. This move is geared towards improving early detection of such cases. Coordinator Health and Social Welfare Minister Ali Pat came out with this at an event to mark this year's World Sickle Cell Day. Professor Pat noted that the integration was targeted at both primary and secondary level of healthcare in the country. Theme of this year's commemoration is Hope Through Progress, Advancing Care Globally. World Sickle Cell is held across the world on 19th of June. The Ogun State government has directed school heads to ensure good health and safety of all learners and staff members. The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Abayomi Aribabu, said this is to prevent the spread of cholera within the school communities. Aribabu said preventive measures have been put in place to control the spread of the disease in schools in the state. The Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) says its revenue grew by 1.9 trillion naira in the past year. It says it is working with the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to achieve a stable exchange rate for imports. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, said this in Abuja. Adeniyi spoke against the backdrop of huge distortion of businesses in business plan caused by frequent changes in exchange over the past few months. Amotekun Corps in Ondo State have arrested 48 suspected criminals for various in different parts of the state. The suspects, two of whom are females, were apprehended for crimes ranging from armed robbery to kidnapping, attempted murder, burglary, bank fraud, cultism, theft, assault, disobedience to the anti-open grazing law, and among others. Parading the suspects in Akure, the commander of the corps in the state, Adetunji Adeleye, stated that all the suspects, some of whom were caught in the act, confessed to the crime. The Oyo State, the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, has approved the appointment of Oba Owolabi Olakunleyin as the 43rd Olubadan of Ibadan land. The governor gave the approval in a memo signed last week. He added that the approval was culmination of series of processes stipulated by the extant law of the state regarding ascension of royal thrones. The United Nations World Food Programme has announced plans to support Nigeria and 7 other West and South African countries with food in the wake of spreading hunger, shortage of food items and soaring prices. It listed Nigeria, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Mali, Mauritania, Burkina Faso, and Niger as the beneficiaries of the food initiative. It also says that the initiative is part of its life-saving food and nutrition assistance program in West and Central Africa. Global news is reaching you on Vicinity 95.3 FM Ikejile, Jesha, Osun State. The news will continue shortly. Kenyan youths have taken the bull by the horn in a bid to get the government to listen to them. We hear hundreds of them took to the streets, forcing the Kenyan government to back down on a number of tax proposals. The youths who braved tear gas to march through the capital, Nairobi, to drive home the message, were stopped by police using water cannons. Over 200 of the protesters were arrested but later released after lawyers went to the police stations where they were held. This is a piece of good news schools authorities may like to listen to. We hear Louisiana has become the first American state to ask all public schools to display the 10th commandment in their classrooms. The Republican-backed measures has since been signed into law by the state governor, Jeff Landry. He made it clear that the commandments were a fundamental key to the state and national government. The new law is expected to be challenged by civil rights groups, which argue that it contradicts the separation between churches and state as contained in the First Amendment to the US Constitution. Russian President Vladimir Putin is in High Vietnam on the second stop of an East Asian tour. His first port of call was North Korea, where he met the President Kim Jong-un. The United States has criticized the visit as one giving Russian president a platform to promote his war of aggression in Ukraine. Vietnam values its ties with Russia as it seeks to beef up its relationship with Europe and the US. Canada has listed Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. This followed years of pressure from opposition legislators and some members of the Iranian diaspora. Under this move, thousands of top Iranian government officials, including the IRGC officials, will be made to stay out of Canada. A spokesman for the Iranian Foreign Ministry said Canada's move was unwise, unconventional, and politically motivated. Canada officials have in time asked its nationals in Iran to think of going home. Just before we go, a quick look at the major highlight of this. The federal government says it will integrate sickle cell disease care and service in maternal and child health. We also told you that Kenyan youth have taken the bull by the horn in a bid to get the government to listen to them. And you also heard that Canada has listed Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. That was the global news which came to you on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Ijesha, Osun State. Thank you for listening. On behalf of the news production supervisor, Whitson Akpabio, I am Shodunke Opeyemi David, asking you to stay tuned. Good afternoon.